Ya para bedo nango ele matita malaja kaya shalja depo kaya lura baka tim pimi te kwaro mangati mu development e donc lash ete danga dia donc para po bemo ko plan para bedi ngom ku wodi gwas mango tijen ke wo ke me wod mo kusien ke to mi kare ira miti mo te dongo ngom gam ke waje don ngati ma don bedo gine ja depo u be mari kala tiak e be kanena lempa gwako chik mwa ku te kwaro mwa ingete malo ma ngati me jara old pare en po bi mo don ja depo fi malo ando ngati ngati ma don wo kwako kati ku dan mo tie wo ku ti government ti ku campaign chalo MTM no ti ku du chalo mi radio then ti ku lem don mo kala lu chano lem don kom lem pa wi am ya ti lem mi yot kom lem mi so mo ti ku partner chalo plant national mineno no so teach pa ne edo teach me juri pajuria ko longi teach pajuria ko teach pajuria ko ngado ngati mo ko
okay tin gina ngoma shoko dogo keni
ti le mo shoko dogo ti waba ngwesh pagari yani kainene mo te ngwesh pagari kenengo waba gari ko talembe nia awia uyash mapolo ngonyo to ba donc ango mo beti mo igi namba rio juma podu yash ngoke waba tima ngo pini juigo yash mege e o ke zandado waba timo program NP neno nia alur wana lur so wa yabu wangwa awia mo betum awia do wala para de para ngo be yash do waba tima ngo cha juro tela cha jumite kwaro cha lo dia koloka cha lo wegu cha lo matongtong ko do tindo ngwe pagaro kelo nia mi yabu wangwa waba dingo gari NP neno nia wakonyo juma nyir so julunge do mo nia racing to end child marriage and pregnancies. Waba dingo pini juigo gari mo dingo pini juigo donc yo mo aluka betime ko de waba timo pini ko shala kawoni waba chemi ko kitana mo kuki tana mi nyoldi manu kara mi odiat so watingo odiat mo kuki achira juna again juna mo ti ko odiat rio watingo mukade ko malo ko padire waba chemi ko kitana mo ko igi wa watu ngonyo mi ko tana zo kanyo achido ko ni panyemur watingo odiat shel nyo wachidi alui watingo odiat shel watingo nyo wadla watinga shel wa medo wen kitana mutie pra wiedo kaji kishi de odiati mo ki vute ot so wa pone nya vute ocha te madu mo batiwi a wiedo giati ndo gitie ko mai mako odiato be ko pinyigi mi ario wa batimo pinyeni yabu wanga urado mawobi pra gari na rado kula wobi bichiringere kumenwa ko judango mukante nya wa sheka wa ringo pidi chwa kanyira so etie symbolic yote pimo nyutu nia wa batimo pinyeni pidi dongo pidi kedo nyawo watingo dongo ngo mo etie dongo ngo mi padano de dan ma ko dongo pra wiya be yachi de pimo to batimere nenu kala lu ba dongo ngo wa nyota giwa so le mene lunga tingi office para NPT dong amaro nia MTN makobota dum kay makobota wa batingo program pidi ketu yaw parado pidi konwa manga yaw pa nyuma nyiru peluti yenya an podi yash no parango
okay shal komatin en yeteni no mirachel mi rengo garne ingomba lur matua e bitingo kare marokane nyebe bedu pikare marokane ikoba or yokoba yonge kare marokane
anafoyo now waketu gari ne tiko mai now gari le manda wa mita eringe Uganda ku Congo to endo kaboni pik ngompa boda waba ringo gari eni I junam padire okoro junam ringo pa junam okoro ringo por okoro now jumuti ka jita pa jumuki au nyingi gari no tie gari ba charge ne tin gari muti matua eba mai wodu mad gari fruwelo wodu chen ringo kode pa mundo no eno mamuango mamuati mamuama mi gamureti junam gamureti na mitero mario ko exactly ma enu hero kuna ngongo enu gari mwana eni now juenji bati juke au nyingi buti gisi shift dom chala ka woni kaje ko nga panyu ko nga ite baruot ko ite office baruot ko nga kaje povungu ite povungu pero wa mi dan ai wudu gari ai ta kwaro gam geringe donc mi chutie gari gi sende gi ti matong at regional level changa jumulo ipakwachi ngamlo ipakwachi en wango mechi then mi ro ka kai pa di kai no mechi now grand final pa jumulo ko gari eni shuti mi redon Nebbi kai don jua deken gi chaka ju deken jo binu wati kunyo tanga ma sian tu namba chen tu namba pira dio namba chen namba pira gibele ngo kakai okay do mado nya grand final ne wati kunyo champion kuju mukade mu kado yeah mebe juma nyir kuju ma chuo cheke juma monte ko migi ba juma nyir gite ko migi tie ma chek chapa ko ni pa chuo mo pinyu tie kilometers para beach ene ma pa monu tie kilometers agine apart enda ma dit ma board pa chuo tie periodic mi grand final pa monu tie para beach neno prengo tego pa chuo pa monu romungo aya kubang juweni pa monja the champion pa monu tie tong champa chuo tie tong so ini da ko be winjo ka woni ini ni chombe winjo ka woni waba kwayo nia tingale peri chak pike yike maber bi nyon ngwech pa gari
ni lo brek wilembe mo wo ko do ma wangi ni gina ngoma dit makera luru betimo dong ni neno mateke niya mo yacha dogi jiki wende ma echa mapodu yacho ngo ejo mak shingi pen shik moko nyo kera luru tie kodo muwuok pe kwoko awuya mathindo enigi bekom yach
utie ka won wabati pima dilongo ni marriage guideline ko do mondo nyoke shik minyo badalur ma shik ne don wote ro mbagamente jibe kia wi ro en ma wichi ka woni shik don tie bagamente shik ne bwanya yatin ma ngama chupka nyomo tinga mi ora para bora nyom ya nedi nyomo ko mai kenji be nda de jibe nda shell ka do ku nda dio nda shell be die donc en shik ma yende ma mi ya shebe tijwi ko da minyo namba rio wakiko batimo ke do project kudamo kanya piditimu ni awia mado muyaje wati ka skilling in ka ko bati ko plan nen cha trail blazer tie gine cha trail blazer tie gine juna mpincha en jege project madana batimo pidi kubu chingo ka shele pidi konyo juma dongu yaje madongu jobu dongu so mona gina wa skilling in wamigi jump board machine nen do wancha ka lu bati ko pata po men ko woni ga action e bati ko pin moko wamigi ka timo program po no do ko skilling juma dongu jobu dongu so mona gina juma pol ke wani juma pol ke wani awia ma ko dongu so mona awia kati yaje po nyutu ya kwa migi jikungo kecha ginyoli uduo give song na mo ajunga mbe tegini menchalo anma wechude ati ka batimo masters pa mi dek
yo ilong machana ngone nyarambe iwaja ngoma tegini ngoda
ngat mat nyako ma tegini pe so mo de tegini go ye ka ko na ina ko na be sompo da su ja tegini urupia ngwen kuire po ati so pira ngone ni ngo abe so mo pira ngaba nwango ni a po da su rie ko mo magamedi no wiye egie je ko bi po tumungo we kitima ngo kimede kusomo ene mo badayo ne tie ene nia umakongo dwik orupa wiye ni don shiger inya ti perika ya noki tengu tu te dwane kai podi ngom tengu tu ai ma media suka woto nya ti ko dar ko pa ya nya do ngeda ya shoro ne do ko pa itu no ja nyo ting responsibility nya ti do ke feso kenyo le do ke fe mukana te ko iye jo ga mena wa chuma ya shobushi ti mupenji de e koro te ko bene so ba kwayo ni a ngwe ma de ko pigari e wa ngo just speed ngo gari pimish kendengo walinge pi nyutu ni adong sa ne rom
kera luru ko wondo e paro pirarado kera luru be paro pi mego kera luru be paro pi jodongo magi tegni tedero do kwash peri nyoke wech peri I tok mo ai te kwaro pa jalur sa ni arado makawoni gibe te kwaro mo eni piny moko magi do gibe choko chaye ko lema pol mani iye idai ka manok mo mi tok
ishoku shayo ngo kami aye ishoku shayo ngo ja nyul pi prango nya ja chan ishoku ngo ja luru ngo prango luru tie chan Chibu ajunga ja Muganda pirango de gurana lonye aluru tie jushan. Tek peri sha e tek peri. Kaimara ngo tek peri nitunya ngeo dengo dumunu wanya DNA. Rimu mi kumija tie rimu pa jaluru. Kuni jaluru mi junamya, kuni jaluru mi ukora, kuni mi jun padira, kuni mi Kongo ya. Ijaluru rimu peri cha rimu pa luru. Neno le tek peri cha de tieba kami aye cha. Kuni ai kuonga, kuni ai puvungu, kuni ai upano, kuni ai mbaro. Eya kamadong kami aye cha ko gene kalmi aye cha wamto ngenya wando ka tuchi pidi ko ka shell nyo apoga po konyongo pimo konyo tengo ribiri do aba kwayo ni adano makune ni ribiri e do ma tego mo ne te ribiri so kwacho ma di mutie ni adano ne ni ribiri e ma do tego mo so ko kwanya ma ina mjo ma ni adano shega ngenya wana ludo nkare mo tuchi di ribo piniketo le me mo muti mo ne te te wada le me ne shega do an kwacho party ni di ribiri mo le mabiketo rubi dongo.
Okay, for the purpose me do mondo bende wabike kwayo
ko ke do evidam penyetel the rit anenu gari dia amwen kende madongo chalo mi weche no transport by kutia rio and we don't know if these numbers they are enough to launch this event because we are expecting more. What happened?
No, launch ka shell do. Launch is just a symbolic. When get you kaka get you about get do it is the new nya pimo chutimire. Então ngwe machaja do chube nge wa jutu nya gari mo meto tie gari makomai that's why neti local bicycle ne wa jutu nya makomai maleng ne like woni na ngi wa do fruweli mi gishi ni gitima ngone giringe do mana do yeti ngone kedebe maber manep ngwe jakene akela ngwe kene mukene tie nya you know these things of the culture is a DNA, and for us as Alurs we prefer to say we have a DNA of an Alur, you know? And some of the things we do is to respond to cultural norms and values that are not moving right. Like now, the child marriages and the child pregnancies is hitting the Alur land very hard. And we're asking ourselves, how can we respond to these things? And one of the ways to respond is for us to ensure we use something that unites, and sports is one of them. So choosing the bicycle race is symbolic of ending child marriage and pregnancies. we are saying we are riding for the girl. So we are riding to end child marriage and pregnancies. There's nothing more. So everybody who's going to race, whether a woman or a girl or a PWD or whatever, is racing to end child marriage and pregnancy in Alur Land.
And what is the target of this race?
The target of the race is that we're going to ride a race in Junam, Paddy and Okoro differently than the grand final. But the target is to make sure people participate and send a message home that it is time for us to stop. Even now, to advocate for even those who have already got pregnant, that they are already pregnant. What do we do for them? They have already delivered children. So there's some scaling programs. We will take reintegrating the kids back to school, and so many things are the things we're trying to do. But for us, this is just the beginning. This is the first edition. We still have Couple Bimo coming, the 6th edition. We still have the cultural gala we're going to do. All these cultural interventions are geared towards stopping or addressing the key cultural norms and values that are destroying our youth. And mostly our youth needs to embed culture. And how can we do it? By involving them in such games. So when they come here, we preach for them culture. So right now when they come here, they are seeing shifts, they are seeing cultural things, they are seeing cultural dances, they go back informed. But they will not see this if they don't come to a cultural function. So we're using sports to penetrate the youth, to penetrate culture. Okay. And that's where the direction where we're going.
Is there any support the culture is going to render to any organization like of health, education, and the like after this race?
There's a lot we are rendering. Already we are going to render to the health services. We want to see what we can do for the health services. To just add on to the support, if we get beds or any sort of support, and we're doing it through partners. For example, now we also have NGOs like Plant International, we have Action and others. We are working with them different to try to address the issues of the Alur people. But the journey is moving on the right path. And I can tell you, we are really on the right path.
Your final word to the youth and
the youth, I am here, and I'm here for you. Remember, when you see my face, I'm trying to position myself into your world. That whatever I'm trying to do is to address the plight of the youth and also make them penetrate, get back into cultural settings. Because the youth are the next generation to uphold our cultural values and norms. So engaging them is paramount for me in my time. And that's why the king told me that instead of holding too much of the cultural things, I got into the development. So an executive director, I handle the things of sports, government programs, even these projects and so on. It's because I'm trying to penetrate and see the bigger majority of the 70% of the population need to be involved and engaged. So these are some of the things I'm doing to make sure the youth are engaged.
Your name again and your position and the current position.
My name is Ocha Vincent. I am the former Prime Minister. They call me Prime Minister Emeritus, OJDP Emeritus, but right now I hold the position of the Executive Director, Head of Alur Business. So the entire Alur business is where I handle.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Mungo mediri.
Amedona for makwe mana ubimo pakepenja.
Amina.